It's week 13 of the 2024 season, and this one features the versatile Cordarrelle Patterson, who's up to 1,100 yards rushing on the year and counting. It's the Monarchs and the Bulls, just ahead on EA Sports.
Thank you to Trey Mosley for the introduction. We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We thank you for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, 3 months in the books. Partner, now it's December. It's the best month of the NFL season because the games get more important as the weather gets a little bit colder.
Yeah, and this is where you find out who the real teams are and who the pretenders are. Do you find yourself not only in the playoff conversation, but can you now play good enough ball down the stretch to not only be in the conversation, but actually find yourself in the postseason?
We are set for football in the NFL International Series. Great to be back in England, and off we go from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time, and they're led out by their quarterback from the University of Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all of those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
Now Ridder on first down. Oh no, right at the start he loses the football. And this is taken in by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
Here's 1st and 10. A throw complete to Tim Patrick. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's 2nd and 2. RPO here, quick shot to Ayuk. 14 on the pickup, and that will be a first down.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. On the carry, it's Patterson. And he'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down. They'll put Ayuk in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And this time, they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Off the play fake, here's May. Now he'll run. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. Here now, 3rd and 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He'll try to run for it. A great chance to convert that early turnover into points. Here's 1st and goal. They'll send their tight end left. A run on 1st and goal. That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. Tight end going in motion here. Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay. From a little further back, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Patterson out of the pistol. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal. From out of the gun, here's May. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
You can tell what the decision is about how they want to approach 4th down by what they call on 3rd down. If that was a run play, then you can bet they were going to go for it on 4th. But because it was a pass, and then they take a sack, I think this coach on 4th down is leaning towards settling for 3.
The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This just a little more than a chip shot. 32-yard attempt. Prater's kick is good. And the Monarchs are out to an early 3-0 lead. Big crowd on hand. They love American football. These games grow every year. The English crowd is ready, and off we go from Wembley. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Bulls offense and running back Devon Achane set to go to work once more. And as we take a look at league leaders in receiving touchdowns by the running backs, he's right up there among the best in the league. On play action, Ritter. Throw downfield and hauled in by Samuel. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Ritter. That's complete to Pearsall. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Ritter. Right back to Pearsall again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 2nd down and 3. Throwing is Ritter. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Ritter now off the bootleg. This is caught at the 2. And he's in. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Bulls. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
We are set for football in the NFL International Series. Great to be back in England, and off we go from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Monarchs offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw now, May. He's got a receiver. That's Michael Pittman. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver. Leads to a real nice run after catch and brings up 1st down.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll run here with Patterson. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On 1st and 10, here's May. He keeps it himself. And he will take this into the end zone. What a run. Drake May. Touchdown, Monarchs. That one is going to hurt the defense. He's looking to throw, can't find anyone, takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for an exciting touchdown run.
And these are the plays, Mike, that just drive defensive coordinators crazy. You have all of his targets covered up, nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he gets out of the pocket, takes it all the way with his legs. He's just as dangerous with those feet as he is with his arm.
Prater's extra point is good. And the Monarchs are on top. It's now 10-7. Big crowd on hand. They love American football. These games grow every year. The English crowd is ready. And off we go from Wembley. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Bulls offense and Desmond Ritter set to go once more. And this defense has to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in the 1st half that has really given them fits. He's got his man downfield. It's Debo. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick 1st down.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To throw is Ritter. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He'll try and run it here. It's Achane. Looking for room out on the edge. Not going to find any. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
So the drive will end there, and on comes Way to punt on 4th down. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The Monarchs offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's May. And this throw batted away and incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's May. Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 1st and 10. That's out quickly to Pittman. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. On the ground, here comes Patterson. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. 10-7 is the score. More from the International Series in London after this. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. May gonna look to throw. Finding the open man, that's Pittman. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Now a 3rd and 2. On 3rd and 2, it's May. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This is where you see the frustration amongst the big guys up front really start to pile on. Collectively, individually, you do your job at a high level, but it's still going to go down in the stat sheet as a sack after, for the most part, doing a pretty good job.
On 4th down, here comes the lefty punter, Jamie Gillen. Keyshawn Nixon, the return man. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Bulls offense and Deebo Samuel making their way out. And he has been a big play guy all season. Currently ranked among the best in the NFL in terms of receiving touchdowns. Tight end motioning left. On 1st and 10, it's Ritter. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They go play action with Ritter. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ritter. And that is incomplete. Brian Cook there defensively to knock that one away.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but They couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. On second down, he'll fake the handoff and hold on to it. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense, and I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
He'll try and get there on the ground. They'll put Ayuk in motion. On the toss, they'll run. And that one not going to net too much. He'll get this down to the 31. They'll go play action with May. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down.
When you're game planning during the week for a mobile quarterback like this, on every down, you have to have somebody to account for him. You can see why here. He's able to escape the pocket, turn into a runner, and he can take every play and make it a big play.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. Second and 10. In motion comes Pittman. And he's in! Michael Pittman. Touchdown, Monarchs.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
We are set for football in the NFL International Series. Great to be back in England, and off we go from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. The Bulls offense ready to take over once again. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts first and 10. Now Ritter. That's a short throw caught by Komet. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Back to throw, Ritter. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. Here's Ritter. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
You can see this quarterback, he has a lot of confidence in his legs as he escapes the pocket to extend these plays downfield. But let's give credit to the defensive front. They continued to pursue, and they were able to take him down behind the line for a sack.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Monarchs offense and receiver Michael Pittman ready to go once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. From out of the gun, here's May. He'll look deep for Pittman. And that is incomplete.
It seemed there was a bit of a busted coverage in the secondary, and I think that's what led that receiver to be so wide open. And that's a ball that just needs to be put on him. It doesn't have to be a perfect throw. It doesn't have to be thrown on the money. Just make it catchable and take advantage of that opportunity.
3rd and 5. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
When you can generate interior pressure and move that pocket into the lap of the quarterback, man, it is hard for these quarterbacks to escape. They want to be able to step up in the pocket, step into their throw. Instead, he's retreating, and he takes the big sack.
Here's Jamie Gillen on now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
We've seen a little bit of a transformation across the defensive tackle position. And what I mean, Mike, is years ago, they were on the interior of the line to stuff the run. They were big bodies taking up space. Now, not only do you have to defend the run, you have to be able to win one-on-one matchups and get to the quarterback.
From the shotgun, it's Ritter. And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
This is where you need to have short-term memory as an offense. Allowing that sack, clearly not ideal, but there's a lot of game left. They got to keep moving forward, and they can't let one sack now turn into a series of bad plays.
This is taken at the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Monarchs offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Open man. That's Alec Pierce. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. They'll begin here on the ground, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. That's Alex Highsmith in for the tackle. 2nd and 11. To throw is May. He'll get that one to Patterson, complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and sets up 3rd down. Here's May. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now May will set up the screen to Patterson. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Throwing is May. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. To throw now, May. He'll find his big target, Pat Fryermuth. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number one. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. To throw again is May. And he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in for Darrell Patterson. Touchdown, Monarchs. Prater on to attempt the extra point. It's up and through. And the Monarchs up their lead. It's now 24-7. Big crowd on hand. They love American football. These games grow every year. The English crowd is ready. And off we go from Wembley. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
They just have to be better on 1st down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on 1st down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer, none of it's going to matter.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and what equates to be a very tough opponent. It was a terrific first half from the rookie number 3 overall pick, Drake May. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. To return is Naheem Hines. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and Drake May making their way back out. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a run to begin this third quarter, and he'll wind his way to about the 38-yard line. That's Alex Highsmith in for the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing now is May. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. This defense...
And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
They went into halftime knowing that there was not a lot of room for error coming out here in the second half. So a nice job here defensively. Good start. Now the offense has to do their part. Can they cut into this deficit and make this thing a ball game?
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he is right up there amongst the league leaders when it comes to receiving yards by a wideout this year. Throwing now. Ritter on first down. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Off the fake, here's Ritter. This one is caught downfield by Ridley. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ritter. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Ritter to throw. He's going to tuck it and go. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting first downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Now, Ritter to throw on 2nd down. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? To throw is Ritter. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
We are set for football in the NFL International Series. Great to be back in England, and off we go from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in North London. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's May. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
This is one of those coverage sacks, Mike. They had 6 defensive backs just flooding the back end with defenders, and when you force a quarterback to hold the ball longer than expected, it allows that pass rush to get home and results in a sack.
Now he'll run it. And May will not risk it. Into the slide. And he's got the first down. Handoff here, up the middle. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
Not much happening there, just a short game.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
And he will get into the end zone. Alec Pierce. Touchdown, Monarchs. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Prater's extra point is good. And the Monarchs will extend this third quarter lead. Big crowd on hand. They love American football. These games grow every year. The English crowd is ready. And off we go from Wembley. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They go play action with Ritter. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. Here's 3rd and 2. Ritter. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Play action, it's Ritter. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
The key to this play here, Mike, is the anticipation of the snap. Watch how he's able to time the center, and when that ball moves, he hits it. Gets through into the backfield, and he brings the quarterback down before the receivers even got out of their breaks.
On 2nd down, it's Ritter.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
From the gun, it's Ritter. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Bulls going to send the punt team out there, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. We'll take you back to earlier and some highlights in this one. He had success throwing it, but also success running it, including that rushing touchdown. He has been the unquestioned leader of this offense on the field today. Here's 1st and 10. of the gun, here's May. That's caught. Right side, it's Freiermuth. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. Up the middle they go. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
He's got Freiermuth open on the left side.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll turn and hand this one off. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Have to imagine at some point here, Mike, the defensive coordinator looks to change things up. This running back has had his way with them all day long. Get a few more guys in the box. But then you know what that does. It opens you up down the field to that passing game.
The throw on the run is complete. And he's going to be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Here's a run to the 5-yard line. Second and goal. They'll go with him again. And he got half of what he needed from the 6 to the 3. 3rd and goal. He's going to try to do this himself. And he's so close to breaking the plane. But the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's 4th down.
I don't mind the call. Down here this close to the goal line, you're trying to account for the extra defenders. In this case, you're trying to read them, but give credit to the defense. They had the running back accounted for and the quarterback.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Monarchs will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bulls offense about ready to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. From the shotgun, it's Ritter. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. On 2nd down, Ritter. Throw, left side, complete to Pearsall.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Throwing is Ritter. That is caught by the man wearing 0, Calvin Ridley. And they'll take this down inside the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Ritter. Now he'll run. A gain there of 24 yards. That's enough for a 1st down. Back to throw, Ritter. To the left side, he's got Komet.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's Ritter. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Bulls. So Ritter will bring them to the line for this 2-point attempt. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to wind up incomplete. They try for 2, and it does not pan out.
All right, so ultimately, it's a successful play. That's a win for the defense. But that was very close, Mike, to being a 4-point swing. So instead of the offense securing 2 points on that try, if he's able to secure that interception and take it the other way, he would have gotten 2 points for the defense.
Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Monarchs offense ready to come back out for this next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season. The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Here's a 3rd and 10. They'll go play action with May. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Monarchs special teams unit onto the field, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. To return, it's Nixon. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Bulls offense and their big play wide out getting set for their next possession. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. 2nd down and 3. Now Ritter. That's taken in by Achane. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. Out of the gun, it's Ritter. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Now Ritter on 1st down. Over the middle, that's Komet. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Throwing now, Ritter on 1st down. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. They'll motion over Samuel. Now, Ritter to throw on second down. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And that is incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. And that'll set up fourth down. They'll try to throw for it with Ritter. A deep shot for Aguilar. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on fourth and long will end up in a turnover on downs. On the carry, it's Patterson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. 2nd and 7. They'll run here with Patterson. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. The Monarchs getting their special teams on the field. They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. The Bulls offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. To throw is Ritter. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. And with an open date on the schedule next week, they'll be able to savor this one for a while. Rest up and ready to get back at it in 2 weeks' time. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.